Hello everyone, my name is Marissa and welcome to my living room where I talk to you about the beauty ongoings in my life. And today I'm going to be talking to you about something that has completely changed the landscape of my face. I got my first tattoo and it was a face tat, and that gives me street cred. So as you guys know, I'm obsessed with beauty. I work a lot with eyebrows and doing a lot of makeup, and I love eyebrows. I think that they're basically like the pillars to your face, as Charlotte Tilbury would say. They're so important. And my natural eyebrows aren't really, they didn't really cut it. They had a great shape. I know I had some hairs in there, but the arch wasn't as full as I'd like it to be. The tail didn't end as long as I would like it to end, and the head of my brow was actually quite sparse and they looked a little bit uneven. So I believe that this side was a lot more full than this side. So I was looking on Instagram, as you do, browsing through all the hashtags, and I found hashtag microblading. And microblading is what I saw was this blade that someone used just basically with their hand. It was like a hand tool, and they were doing these feathery little strokes through the eyebrow to create a really natural looking eyebrow. These little strokes of ink that mimic the natural shape of the brow. I thought it was immensely fascinating because when I think about brow tattooing, I only think about, I'm half Thai, so I think about my Thai grandmother who has the really short curly permed hair with the green streak of straight across non-stop linear line across the eyebrow, and it looks so fake and so wrong. Sometimes you can see it's like a blue line or like an orange line, and that's because many different colors come together to create brown, and one of the colors had faded, and that's what it ended up as. So the first thing I have to say about microblading is make sure you go in and you do your research and you talk to someone who's knowledgeable, who has experience, and who is going to work with you and not against you, because ultimately it is a tattoo. Even though it's semi-permanent, it's going to be on your face for quite a while. It's on your face. So you have to make sure that you trust the person and that you kind of understand the process, you understand the risks, you understand the rewards, and you know what you're doing. So the person that I chose was Anna Chow, and she owns a cosmetic tattoo shop in Toronto called The Good Geisha. It's right between Chinatown and Kensington Market on Dundas West. They are explicitly a cosmetic tattoo parlor or cosmetic tattoo shop with tremendous amount of experience, her and her partner. And I also did research on where else? Instagram. They post, most microblading artists too will post all their work on Instagram. And it's just like a tattoo artist. They're proud of their work, and it's a really great way to get exposure and to kind of keep a catalog that's really accessible of what they can do. So I liked the way that she filled in. I liked how feathery her strokes looked, and most importantly, I thought that the brows looked really natural and really flattering for the proportions of every face shape that I saw on her Instagram profile. So basically in my consultation, I came to her and I asked like every question you could possibly have before you go and get it done. So I asked, is it permanent? And she said no, 1 to 2 years, because as I said, you know, exposure, you wash your face twice a day, you should wash your face twice a day. Various different chemicals, if you have oily skin, if you're a side sleeper, touching your face, etc., etc. And then also that the manual tool doesn't go into as deep layers of the skin as one of those tattoo guns does. So I was okay with that, talking about the risks. One of my questions was talking about repeated touch-ups and scar tissue, because I didn't want to have a tremendous amount of scar tissue so my real hairs wouldn't grow. So you still want the hair to look there, to be there, instead of just filling them in kind of like a block. I don't like block eyebrows. I feel like the Gia gun of eyebrows. I don't like thin eyebrows, I don't like uneven eyebrows, I don't like block eyebrows. But yes, so I went in, and normally what they'll do at the consultation, if you have no idea about what your brow should look like, is they'll measure your face. And when I say measure your face, they'll literally draw a center point. They'll look at the tear duct of the eye, where the eye starts, and that will be where the first kind of strokes will be. Then they'll look at the point between the edge of your nose through the pupil to find where the arch should be, and then the edge of the nose from the edge of the eye, and that should be where the tail should end. But then they'll also go ahead and they'll make sure that, you know, the actual like the width of the eyebrow, not just the length would also look good, and what would be flattering for you. Make sure they look even, but not overly symmetrical, because when they look overly symmetrical, it looks obviously fake. Your eyebrows will always be sisters and never twins. But in my case, because I do eyebrows all the time, one of my specialties when I do makeup is eyebrows. I came in with how I like my eyebrows done, and then we worked together, which I really appreciated, to make sure that the shape was conservative. The first time we were around it, it was even a little bit more conservative than I wanted it to be, but it's better to be conservative and fill in your eyebrows when you go for that like really intense Instagram brow look than to have a really intense Instagram brow when you're wearing no makeup and you're just trying to buy milk at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so after the initial consultation, you'll have the first tattoo. And why I say the first tattoo is because you'll have a touch-up afterwards. I'll get into the touch-up later. But basically, the first tattoo is they'll go in and they'll do the shape of the eyebrow. So they'll do feathery strokes starting from here. They'll do upward strokes at the head of the brow. And then they'll start to kind of fan out until you get to the arch of the brow, and then those will turn into downward strokes to create that full arch effect that any natural brow would have. Before that though, they use an anesthetic, and their different cosmetic tattoo artists will have, you know, differing opinions on how to use anesthetic. Some do not. I mean, a regular conventional tattoo shop doesn't really use anesthetic, but this is it's a really sensitive area on your face. I mean, how many nerve endings must there be close to your eyes? And it's just, I just think that it's a really good idea to have anesthetic. It's just local anesthetic. I will warn you though that even though they put the anesthetic on my eyebrows, I was still in quite a bit of pain. I've been told that like people take pain differently, people take to anesthetic differently, people take to tattooing very differently, but I was in quite a big amount of pain. And you're comfortable, you're lying down, you have a headrest and everything, and they're very nice, but you're still in, I personally was in quite a bit of pain, and it was hard for me to speak at times. But you kind of get used to it after a while, and you just kind of suck it up. Like it's like 20 to 40 minutes of your life for 2 years of really flaky eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? So I had a really good rapport with my tattoo artist. So it can take anywhere from 20 minutes, that's if they're like literally not speaking and just going for the application, or it could take anywhere up to an hour. So the Aftercare, they give you this little thing of cream, and you're supposed to take a Q-tip and then just kind of run it across your eyebrow morning and night. I did it sometimes at noon just because I wanted to make sure it was always moist. The longer you keep it moist, the longer it'll take to scab, and the more ink will have time to settle into your skin. When it came to showering, Anna recommended to me that I just take a little bit more of the cream, put it into my brows, have my shower just kind of normal, but I mean, I obviously was a little bit anxious about it, so I turned my face away from the shower and just kind of rinsed my hair, pat the eyebrows dry, and then put more cream on afterwards, because the whole idea is that you don't want the water to remove the cream and make your eyebrows heal and really like dry scabs. At around for me, at around the like week and day or two mark, my eyebrows started to flake like you would not believe. They were scabbing, they're gonna get very itchy, just do not scratch them. Whatever, like scratch any other part of your body, just do not scratch your eyebrows, and they'll start to flake off. And the way that I kind of dealt with that was I just took a little bit more of that cream that I was given and used a little bit more pressure as I was brushing the cream into my brows, and that just kind of, whenever the scab was ready to go, it went. So then the touch-up comes about 4 to 6 weeks after your initial tattoo. That gives you 2 weeks to heal, and then 2 weeks to kind of let the ink do what it will and interact with your skin. And then the tattoo artist will see what it looks like, and I had a little bit of, say, fading around here, a little bit of fading down the head of the brow. She noticed that, and she was like, okay, so I'm going to touch that up, focus on that area a little bit more. The touch-up is very similar to the actual initial tattoo process. They still do like every stroke through, but they just do a little bit more emphasis on the parts that they know healed a little bit faster, or got rid of some of the ink itself, and then they'll adjust the shape a little bit more as well. And then I personally found that the Aftercare, the next 2 weeks after the touch-up, just went so much better. There was a lot less flaking. It was just so much better in general. I was a lot less anxious about stuff. And after that, my eyebrows were completely healed. And then this is what you see today as my eyebrows. I will fill them in when I'm wearing a lot more like glamorous makeup, just because I like to just make them a little bit deeper, a little bit lower here to emphasize the arch of the brow. But then other than that, I love so much being able to leave my house with no makeup on and have like brow confidence. And I think that I don't need to wear mascara, I don't need to wear skin products as much as I really need to wear. And I really like to have my eyebrows look prominent because you just look so much more polished and just a lot more confident with good brows. So overall, I really enjoyed my experience. I recommend it so much. I just love my eyebrows now. And that's basically it. That's my microblading story. So that's it. That's my entire microblading experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I tried to condense so much information into a short video. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section down below. Also, like this video if you like me just talking about my beauty experiences. And also stay subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any more in my beauty news. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!